everyone, welcome back to the Awakening Assistance channel. My name is Edith and this channel is all about helping you navigate your awakening journey. Today's video is about how to shift your energy. So there are going to be times where you aren't feeling your best on your awakening journey. You could be going through the dark night of the soul, just doing regular shadow work, or you could have attracted in some sort of negative experience on your journey, or just the day-to-day life that we deal with here on planet Earth. Sometimes it's difficult, right? So there are going to be times where you experience negative feelings, negative energy, and that's totally okay. It's normal. It's actually part of the journey. So rather than getting down about it and beating ourselves up about feeling these negative energies, why don't we go over the variety of things that we can do to shift that energy and to get through it as quickly as possible. So number one, I have here, light some sage, Palo Santo, or cedar and cleanse your environment. So I like to light sage when I am wanting to clear out any energy that isn't serving me, any negative energy that I could have called in or attached to or attracted in. And as I light the sage, I walk around my space and I ask the universe to release these energies from my space, from my physical and energetic body, from my experience. And I open up the windows and I allow that energy to leave along with the smoke as it exits the window. I also like to light some Palo Santo when I want to call in more positive energies, more positive frequencies. And as I do that, I recite, universe, please allow this beautiful Palo Santo to attract to me abundance, good fortune, and alignment with my higher self. And I also use cedar when I have it occasionally, and I use that more along the lines of sage and clearing. Ideally, that's how you would use these tools. However, you can use either one of these tools for either clearing or attracting in. Just state what your intention is when you are lighting that tool. And of course, you do want to open up your windows because not only in the sense that you want the negative energy to leave your space and kind of having that visual of it leaving through the window, but also it isn't healthy to inhale any kind of smoke, even if it is a spiritual tool like Palo Santo, for example. Another tool that you can utilize to shift your energy is exercise or movement. So when we are exercising, we are releasing adrenaline. It's going to shift our hormones. It's going to shift the way that we feel during the process, and then even after is when you get those feel-good benefits. So getting some exercise in, getting some movement in can really, really help you shift your energy. Okay, you can work out your aggression. A lot of people use it to work out their aggression. Yeah, so get your movement in, get your exercise in. Definitely beneficial on multiple levels. Another thing you could do is to get outside, get some nature time in, get some fresh air in. So nature is very meditative. When you're out there and you're observing the birds fly, you're watching the trees sway with the wind, that is so relaxing, and it can often get you in tune with your higher self, and you can get some downloads when you are out in nature, which can help you clarify why you're feeling the negative energy and what you can do to shift out of it. So it's going to be relaxing, and it's going to also give you the opportunity to receive some guidance. And then also it's healthy, I mean, depending upon where you live and the air quality in your region, but it's also very healthy to get outside, and especially if you're connecting to the earth, getting some grounding in, having some physical connection to the earth. Another thing you can do is meditation. Now, ideally, you would do this in the beginning of your day, so in the morning. Oftentimes, it's difficult to get into a meditative state in the middle of your day when you've already experienced a bunch of different activities or scenes throughout your day. However, I have had some successful meditations in the middle of the day. In fact, I've even had some profound experiences in the middle of the day where my guidance system actually guided me to lay down and rest, and through that, listening to that, I was actually able to get into that meditative state, and I was actually able to leave my body during that time, which was nice. It doesn't happen often, but if you get that sense of feeling really tired, go with it, lay down, and see the magic unfold. Okay, you can also meditate right before bed. This is also very beneficial. It will help you in terms of sleeping and dreaming and releasing the activities from the day and not taking those into your sleep and into your dreams. Another thing you could do is make some fresh juice. So when we are consuming raw foods, low-fat raw foods, so just raw fruit, vegetables, herbs, those things, and when we put them through a juicer, we are concentrating those nutrients and that life force energy. You want to drink it right away though. If you let it sit, that life force energy is going to dissipate. So if you have a juicer, I highly recommend making some fresh raw juices throughout the day. They are extremely beneficial to shifting your energy and to giving you back more energy. Like, so if you feel like you're lethargic, you don't want to reach for caffeine, instead you want to reach for fresh pressed juices. Okay, ideally on an empty stomach though, you don't want to consume these juices after a meal with fat and protein, for example, because it's not going to digest and assimilate properly. If you need a juicer, I will put my link in the description down below, and it has a discount within it, so you can save 10% on the juicer that I currently use. So yeah, definitely start juicing, and also check out the Medical Medium. He has a variety of juicing recipes in his books, and in his latest books, the Brain Saver books, there are actual juice shots that are actually designed to shift your energy and the way that your brain is functioning, which could be causing some negative energy if you have some issues and imbalances with your brain, which a lot of people have. So it's not uncommon, and I'm hoping that it's not going to be like a stigma anymore. So most people have brain fog. Most people have some sort of depression or anxiety at some point in their lives, and it's not their fault, okay? So it's oftentimes a result of a variety of different things, like heavy metals in the brain, pathogens in the brain, or pathogens in the body, anywhere in the organs, and then also high levels of acidity in the brain and the body. So fresh juices are going to help with that. Check out the Medical Medium Brain Saver books. Okay, another thing you can do is fast. So I wrote down fasting from food, fasting from screens, fasting from people. So if you are going through the dark night of the soul, this is going to be very beneficial at times. When you're fasting from food, you are not utilizing the energy that it takes to digest your meals, which is a tremendous amount of energy that goes into that. So when you're fasting, and let me preface this by, please don't go on a water fast without some sort of medical supervision, because everybody's at a different level of acidity and balances, etc. in their bodies. So I'm not telling you to go on a water fast on your own without having, a little bit of skin in the game. So I feel comfortable water fasting myself, but I've been studying health and wellness for over a decade. And if you feel like you fall into that category and you know your body and you can listen to it, by all means, go ahead and do a water fast. For everybody else, do a juice fast. Okay, so if you've gone and you've gotten a juicer, do a juice fast. That's going to help you cleanse your energy, and it's also going to help you, like with the nature example, receive more downloads from your guidance system because your body is more clear. So when you're just taking in juices, like I said, you're not having to digest all of those foods. There aren't those dense foods in your body. And because there's less density, there's more life force energy, more light frequency, those messages are able to trickle in much easier, okay? So do a juice fast if you can. Fasting from screens. So this is something I would really like to do, maybe even once a week, where I don't engage on social media, I don't look at my phone at all, I don't turn on my computer, and I don't listen to anything. So this is, I actually received the download that I need to do this yesterday, so that's how it ended up on my page here today. And I think I'm gonna try to do it missionally every other Sunday. But we get inundated with messages, noise, other people's misguided, in many scenarios, information, and we have to filter through all of that, and that's exhausting. We're living in a very fast-paced world. This is not a time where we are able to relax easily, and most of us are in flight or fight, and all of the screen time is not beneficial to helping our bodies and our mental health cope with all of that. So if you can, pick a day, maybe once a month, and if you can, once a week, where you turn off all of your electronics and you're just present with yourself or your loved ones, okay? So yeah, I put down also fasting from people. So if you are in a situation where everybody around you is loving and supportive, you probably don't have to fast from people. If you are in an environment where you're having to defend yourself, you're having to put up walls around the people in your existence, then it probably would be beneficial for you to find a day where you can not engage with anybody. Okay, so figure out what's going to be best for you and your circumstance and make that happen for yourself. Okay, next up I have nap. Abraham Hicks always says, anytime you are in a state where you're going downhill with the law of attraction and you can't change your mindset, the best thing you can do, because you're not going to be able to meditate in that state, is to just go to sleep, take a nap. Okay, so hopefully you are able to do that, and then maybe before you go into the nap, set the intention of, after you're done napping, you're gonna feel so much better. You're gonna have a clearer state of mind, you're gonna have more energy, and you're not gonna be holding on to the negative thought patterns. So set that intention and take a nap. Another thing you can do is read a fiction book. So this is something I started incorporating maybe last year, springtime. So when I was in Hungary, I was getting some dental work done last year, and I was with my family. I was staying with my mom and my stepdad, and I was still trying to get my work done while I was there, even though I was supposed to be resting and relaxing so that my body could heal. And my mom said, "Why are you always studying? Why don't you read a book for fun?" And she was so right, because reading a novel or just any kind of a fiction book is relaxing, and it gets you out of your head. It gets you out of your life. So you can maybe shelf your problems, your circumstances while you're reading, and kind of immerse yourself in the story that that book is telling. I find that to be very therapeutic, and it always helps me feel better because I'm not constantly like beating the drum of whatever problem I'm trying to resolve at that time. Another thing you could do is watch an uplifting movie. This is kind of going to work the same way as reading a book. Not everyone enjoys reading, so if you're one of those people who doesn't enjoy reading, maybe watch a movie, but make sure it's an uplifting movie. So like a comedy, a romantic comedy, a movie that ends well, okay? So the last thing you want to do is watch like a horror film or like a film where a lot of people are getting killed. You don't want to take that into your psyche, okay? That's more negative energy. So another thing you could do to shift your energy is observe if you are watching those things on a regular basis and really, really try to cut those out. They aren't going to be beneficial for you. They're actually designed to create problems for you. So that's another big industry tactic to get us to not be our best selves. Call a loved one. So if you don't have to fast from people, call somebody you love and who loves you. I call my mom in Hungary and she always makes me feel better. She's very loving and supportive. So find whoever is that person for you. Maybe it's a really good friend, and let them know what's going on, and hopefully they will be able to comfort you and give you the guidance that you need, okay? Another thing you can do is to go to bed early, kind of along the same lines as the nap. This again is kind of coming from the Abraham Hicks teachings. When you go to sleep, you are quieting the noise, you're stopping the momentum of the negative thoughts, the negative patterns, and that's how the law of attraction works, right? So once you've got some momentum down a certain road, you're only going to be calling and attracting more of that in. So if you're stuck on a downward spiral, and more and more negative things are coming into your experience, the best thing to do is just call it a day at that point, okay? It's very difficult to change that momentum. I think they describe it as like a car rolling down a hill. If you try to get in front of it and stop it, you're gonna get run over, right? So it's too late to stop it. It's best to just go to sleep and set the intention of how you want to feel when you get up the next day. Maybe think about the things that you're grateful for right before you go to bed, because if you don't do that, oftentimes they even say that you can wake up in that same space. So make sure you set the intention of how you want to feel. Think about the wonderful things you're grateful for. If you can't think of anything, think about something as simple as how comfortable your bed feels and how grateful you are that you get to lie in it, okay? Another thing you can do is to clean your home. This is so therapeutic for me. Decluttering also falls in this. So not only just cleaning your space, like sweeping, mopping, scrubbing the toilet, the sink, make your bed, obviously, but decluttering. So get rid of anything that doesn't bring you joy or anything that you don't need to be using. That's going to shift the energy of your space. So everything is energy. The stack of books on your bookshelf is energy. The pile of clothes on the floor is energy, okay? So it's very difficult to be positive and be aligned to your highest self and be on the frequency that's going to attract to you the things that you desire when your place is a pigsty, for example, okay? So it's just not going to work that way. So get rid of anything that you don't need, anything that isn't serving you, and make sure your place is clean, okay? And then ideally, after you've cleaned your home, that's when you want to light one of these energetic tools, the Palo Santo, the sage, or the cedar, because as you reorganize and clear things out, the energy shifts, and there could have been like some sort of negative energy bubble, associated with the clutter that you cleared out, and now you've cleared it out, that energy is still kind of floating around in your space. That's when you want to clear it out. So after you've cleaned your home, then you want to light the sage, Palo Santo, cedar, open up your windows, set the intention of anything that you don't want to be released through the window, okay? So that's all I have here for this video. I hope that this helped you. Let me know in the comments down below if you found this helpful. And if you have any other tools that you recommend to shift your energy when you are feeling down, feeling like you're in the dark night of the soul, and just know that this will pass and that this is totally normal. Okay, so we all go through it. It's totally normal, and tell yourself this too shall pass. All right, thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And I'll see you back here soon on Awakening Assistance with another video. Take care.